Hello, friends. Today, I want to share 5 things I wish I had said in my 20s. Every day, I see a lot of sick people. Some we can help, some we can't. They leave early. This close communication with death, and when I see people who really understand what's important in life, who don't have time anymore, allowed me to look at the world, life, values a little differently. I understood and slightly changed my own worldview, and I would like to share with you what I think are very important things that allow you to value your time, achieve better results, enjoy your achievements more, and be more proud of yourself. So, watch this video to the end. I will share with you my life experience, which I think is very important and valuable, and I really hope that it will bring you a lot of benefits. I was recently in Rudin. I'm a professor there. I run departments, and the rector asked me to give a speech. What would be a good wish for you? I remembered myself when I was sitting. That's the feeling, like the sea is up to your knees. Ahead is just an ocean of possibilities. I remembered myself. I was not thinking about what I need to do, but about where I will rest, where I will spend my vacation. And you know what I wished for them? I wished for what I see in my patients. They often regret that they lived with a sense of infinity ahead. And it's a very important mistake that many of us, including myself, make. We think that we have 50, 60, 70 years of life ahead of us. Take any of our patients. Each of them put something off. For some big trip, for some dream car. Saved for a house, sacrificed for it. And thought, later, 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 I have it ahead of me. How many men are still alive? 65 to 70 years old, and I'm only 20. I still have 40, 50 years left, so I'll handle it all. But it varies. It varies. Sometimes life is just a car accident, COVID. Yes, these are extremes. We are talking about a fatal outcome. But there are times when your health starts to fail. Some problems begin, opportunities go away. This is the window when you can jump somewhere. But imagine, you would now buy Bitcoin, and you would have bought it, for example, when it just appeared. I'll share a fascinating example that illustrates a completely different value. When Instagram first appeared, a lot of people were shooting different content. Very interesting, as it seemed to me then. There were people I followed. I followed and saw millions of views, subscribers, and I think, these guys are cool, talented, and they are talented here today, and probably they could always achieve success. As time passed, they occasionally showed up in my feed, but I didn't follow them as closely. And not so long ago, I visited one of them and saw that the millions of subscribers had somehow disappeared. I scrolled all the way down his feed and saw that it turns out his Instagram was blocked 3 years ago. I read there, he writes that I was blocked. But what am I going to do for a person if I don't return all this? At that moment, he was driving expensive cars and had everything in life. All was well. Couldn't. Now, there are only tens of thousands of subscribers. He got into drugs, degraded. It seemed like he was doing the same thing, having a huge experience at that moment, which he didn't have when he started everything. But because he did it not at the right time, it was no longer relevant. That's why it's crucial to act here, today, and now, because you will never be more relevant than you are today. Or, for example, my colleague who personally knows this man sent me this from America. They were there dealing with alcohol. The bald man in glasses, I think you know who I'm talking about. He's trending now. Many people copy him. He's been filming the same thing for many years. After many years of work, he has finally gained fame and popularity today. This is yet another example of how important it is to be contemporary. What you're doing might become popular, but if you don't manage to do it in time, it might never become popular. Act here today now. Perhaps if I had started my YouTube channel today, I would have almost 2 million subscribers, but it might not have gained such popularity. That is, it's very important to hit the right moment in time so that your talents and your abilities are well applied. So think about what I'll start tomorrow. I'll start the day after tomorrow. If you are burning with some desire, don't live with a sense of infinity ahead. And it's not just about you. Take any official, any director of a large company. They all come with a feeling, as in our country, only forward by feet. And I still have time there. And because they all live with the feeling that I still have time, they don't try to do as much as possible today for themselves, for the environment. So my first advice, don't live with the feeling of infinity ahead. Live here, today and now, because neither the past nor the future actually exist. We live in the present day and you need to live in it. This deferred life, it's your main enemy. I'm sure you liked it, so hit like and let's move on. My second wish for Rudin students was, This is what my dad once told me. He says, son, the scariest day, in my opinion, and many strong men's, I hope, you consider yourself among strong men. It's the day when you wake up one morning and realize that you haven't become what you've dreamed of all your life. You dreamed when you were little, dreamed when you finished school, dreamed when you graduated from university, when you got married, and you realize that you woke up in the morning, you are 50 years old, you have a sick back, you don't go to the toilet very well because you have adenomaprostatic glands, you have a bunch of debts. And what you aspired to and wanted to achieve in childhood, you did not succeed because you did not even try. And the time to become this person you no longer have. And when you realize that you did not get what you wanted most in life, and there is no time to get it, the scariest day on earth comes. And this probably is the second thing I would like to warn you about. You always need to remember this day. This will motivate you at the moment when you are thinking whether to start or not, to move forward, or something will not work out. Start. The parable was interesting about the sparrows. Sarkishan told me on the podcast. He says, I'm sitting in a restaurant, eating, and crumbs are scattered. The sparrows sit and lick themselves as if on cue. And no one dares to approach because someone might grab you, someone might suffocate you there. They're scared. And suddenly, he says, one flies in and lands right away and starts to peck. And the others are sitting watching. These others who are doubting, they miss everything. Sometimes we see this in business too, when a fearless person enters a niche and makes a splash. There is such a concept as unicorns. These are businesses that have become billion-dollar companies from scratch. Most often, these are people who just started in a basement, started in some kind of shed. Why did they succeed? Because those who did everything out of calculation, from mathematical analysis, they didn't go there. By the way, the same thing happened to us with Ipsum vitamins. We entered that niche where if you do everything by calculation, it shouldn't have worked out. It shouldn't have happened. But we wanted, we believed, and we fearlessly went where those people who calculated everything, they didn't dare. And we started doing things in our vitamins that other people didn't do because they were used to working with certain algorithms from their experience, and we did it our own way. After 7 years in the vitamin industry, our success has surprised everyone. In the last 2 years, I've created my own brand in which everything I want is exactly as it should be. I'm wholeheartedly developing this brand, investing all my possibilities and strengths into it, and I take great pride in it. I made it mainly for myself, my loved ones, and my friends. This concept, to make for friends, I've incorporated into my production. We are in Russia. This is not contract manufacturing. We make vitamins in a special economic zone in Dubna. I suggest you follow the link under this video and get acquainted with my IPSUM vitamins. They are very cool, I recommend. Third, the department has many patients, and we often communicate soul to soul. We have both oncological and non-oncological patients, especially oncological patients. You understand perfectly well that we, oncologists, cure someone and help someone. I remove someone's kidney, for example, and they leave me healthy and will live as long as God has allotted. And to the second patient with metastases, I say that I can help you live longer qualitatively. But sadly, the lifespan will be limited. With this disease, and these people, they are in dialogue. They all come to one thought, to one idea. They all say the same thing over and over again. I regret that I lived in fear of not meeting others' expectations. It's such an inscription that I, by the way, even saw somewhere in a movie written on a tombstone. Here lies John, who spent his whole life fearing that he would do something that other people would judge. And this is very important because unfortunately, I have also experienced this in life. We live in anticipation of what parents said, that we should be great pianists, or dad wanted me to become a great hockey player, or mom wanted me to become an artist. And what do we want? What are we talented in? Where were we able to reach great heights? The point is, no matter how much you water an apple tree, it won't give oranges. The most important thing is to do what you like. Because if you do what you don't like, even if you do it very well, in the long run, you won't be able to do it well because you won't get real satisfaction. It's very important that what you do brings you real pleasure. That's why all great people who achieve grandiose results, they are fanatics of their business. A fanatical approach is only possible when you are doing what you love. Therefore, if you feel that you are doing something not right, or you think, I often get letters from you in social networks, is it too late to learn to go to the doctor? Is it too late to start going to jiu-jitsu? I'm 35 years old. Of course, it's not too late. It's too late when, well, you're dead. That's too late. So, if you want something and you're doubting, don't doubt. If your heart calls you there, go do it. Friends, I love to share my knowledge, practical, theoretical, and not only, I also really love to write motivational posts, philosophical, and share all this on my Telegram channel. It is absolutely free. Under this video, there is a link to my Telegram channel, so come in, subscribe. I will be glad to each of you. Probably the fifth one. Actually, I could list you 30 of these points, but I chose 5. I chose 5 today. I'm stopping at 5. This is what really bothered me in my relationships. This is what bothered me a lot in business. This is what really bothered me in my profession. It's regret about my past. The thing is, our future, it doesn't depend on our past, actually, because we can't influence the past. We can't change it in any way. We can only act here today and now. And the more focused attention you give to the past, the less you are here today and now, and the less you can influence your future. So actually, all these guys who are digging into the past of their girls, who are trying to blame themselves for not doing something, who regret that they should have bought Bitcoin, and he should have said this on the street. Friends, the past, it happened. Make conclusions from it, but don't carry it, as one psychologist told me. You, he says, carry a bag of shit behind your back. There's nothing but the stinking past in there. And instead of getting some pleasure here today with people, you carry this bag in which the girl who offended you, you are here today to build relationships because you expect a trick from everyone. The partner who once dumped you, betrayed you in business, today he is here with you. This is the negativity that you feel towards him. And the person who opened his soul and heart to you, the new partner, his relationship with you is sincere, but yours towards him is not because of your past. Therefore, learn to let go of the past. You have no influence over it. Don't waste your energy on it. Make deductions. Use a mathematical approach. Just like math, 2 plus 2 should be 4. Regarding the past, it happened, I learned from it, and I'm moving forward. And focus as much as possible on today. This is my 5th and final advice to you. Friends, you surely have some dream or aspiration, something put off into the far corner, about which you hardly speak to anyone, but occasionally remember and think, maybe it's worth trying, maybe it's worth doing, maybe it's my calling after all. And maybe that's where my happiness lies. Share this secret. Do you have something in your life that you've backed away from and still regret? And perhaps this will help those people who can still manage to do it, or possibly it will motivate you to take the first step. Start moving towards achieving your goals. Be sure to share in the comments under this video. This is crucial. Read other people's stories too, as you might be able to offer advice or share your own experience. Maybe about what a person dreams of or doubts, to start something for him or not. Perhaps you did this. You were able to achieve this, and you can motivate him to take this step in the right direction. Dear friends, as you know, there was such a platform under the name in Russia. It's gone. That is, there you could buy dietary supplements. And if you are a specialist, you could also earn on this. There is an alternative. It is called I am an ambassador of this platform, and my partners created this platform, on which, unlike many marketplaces today, where there are many subcategories, there are no subcategories, because not private individuals sell, but companies sell. This is the first big plus. The second big plus on this platform is that you can not only find the BAT, or sports nutrition, or everything related to the beauty industry at low prices, but also become a partner of the platform, where there is an agency commission, and with everything that you sell to your proteges, you can earn up to 40%. I will leave a link to this platform under this video. Go in, look, register, and become a full partner.